The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello and welcome to another edition of TVWAN News. I'm Rex Litter. In this edition, Usino-Bundi polling to commence. Challenges faced by first-year anti-tertiary institutions, and charity golf drives life-saving impact. Polling for the Usino-Bundi by-election is scheduled to commence on Tuesday, July 22nd, with polling materials expected to be at the polling sites by today.
About 27 candidates are vying for the Usino-Bundi seat. Among them are Medeng heavyweights, former MP Peter Yama, former Medeng Governor Jim Cass, and Samson Cooley. Returning Officer Terence Bayo said the deployment of materials began today and will continue tomorrow when polling starts. Polling is expected to run for 14 days. Counting is expected to be held at the Opotio complex at Uguro Stadium in Wallium.
I hope to have the full polling for the Usino-Bundi by-election by Tuesday, 22nd of July. That will be tomorrow. So far, so good. We haven't faced any major hiccups in the present. The logistics support of financing, transportations are in place. So I believe we'll be done with the by-election, the actual polling by within 2 weeks, before 2 weeks, within 14 days. Straight after that, we'll commence counting for the by-election.
All ballot boxes were transported to the Wallium police station on Sunday, where they were allocated to the 3 local level governments of Usino, Bundi and Gama. So far, there have been no disturbances, and the local electoral office is making sure the by-election is conducted smoothly. A polling team accompanied by the Provincial Electoral Officer, sponsor Navi, was deployed to Ramu yesterday. Meanwhile, the local level government election will be on hold whilst the electoral office completes the by-election. About 1 million kina was allocated to run the by-election, and another 1.5 million kina was given by the national government to the Provincial Advisory Committee to cater for the expenses of the by-election. Susan Oreape, TVWAN News.
2 tribes in the archaeology of Wapnamanda District, Enga Province, have recently reconciled after a 2022 election-related violence that claimed 2 lives and permanently disabled 3 others. The gathering of the Yambatani Yana tribe from Poketamanda village and the Sikin Waimbao tribe signifies a crucial step towards healing and reconciliation following the tragic events of the 2022 election-related violence. The substantial compensation payment of 326,000 kina, with 340 pigs, 4 cows and 2 goats, reflects a strong commitment to restoring peace and addressing the grievances stemming from the conflict that resulted in the loss of lives and injuries. Such compensation ceremonies are integral to the cultural practices of many communities, as they serve to honor the deceased and acknowledge the suffering of those affected. The efforts made by the Yambatani Iyana tribe not only demonstrates remorse and responsibility, but also illustrated the importance of unity and cooperative relationship among tribes in Papua New Guinea. The highlight of the program was the Memorandum of Agreement for Peace signed by Yambatani, Yana and Sikin Waimbao tribes, witnessed by the Wapnamanda Law and order team and neighboring tribes to restore peace and normalcy between two tribes. The signing of a 4.8 million kina road rehabilitation contract will pave the way for a major step towards improving rural infrastructure in Papua New Guinea. The contract was signed between the independent state of Papua New Guinea and local contractor Kaya Works Limited on Friday, July 18, 2025. The National Procurement Commission awarded contract will cover rehabilitation of a 5.3 kilometers feeder road from Gera to Moa in Sinasina-Yongumul district in Simbu province.
The project is funded through the PNG government's PNG Agriculture Commercialization and Diversification or PACD project with support from the World Bank. The Road Rehabilitation Program, or rather the Road Rehabilitation Project, will be implemented by the Coffee Industry Corporation Limited and will ensure that the road works are prioritized to serve their purpose. At the signing ceremony, NPC Chairman and Secretary for Finance Samuel Peñas says the project may seem small, but it holds significant national value. Peñas emphasized the importance of performance and delivery, particularly from national contractors.
Now we're seeing a lot of Chinese companies coming and taking on the work because of not being committed to doing the work. That's why we get people who are committed to the work. We want to support local companies, but in doing so, we want to see results. By even on supporting one side, the money put on nothing and not work. It is important for us to support our own people, but at the same time get value for money from where we put money down. That's why you see a lot of government programs and projects. Chinese companies are into it because they are committed to doing work. And they do good work.
PACD National Coordinator Jetro Apinas echoed the chairman's sentiments, saying time was of the essence given the contract's schedule completion by December 2025.
This is a small road, but a very, very impactful road. It leads into production area where we'll be able to bring out coffee and also other services to our people.
John Kanekunga, General Manager of Kaya Works, thanked the government and CICL PACD for their trust, reaffirming its company's readiness to deliver.
We have the capacity to deliver. That's the confidence that I want to give all of you. And we went on site, had a look at it. It was, I think, two months ago. And then maybe our engineers will do the detailed scoping and they'll be in a better position to tell us whether or not the time frame we have, we can be able to complete the project within the time frame. But
the 6-month contract includes strict timelines, performance and insurance guarantees, and advance payment clauses. Fredimo, TVWAN News.
Ok Tedi Mining has signed 3 major road contracts worth over 390 million kina to boost road connectivity in Western Province. The project includes the 150-kilometer Kiunga Nomad Road, Balimo Kawayapo Wasu Road, and Balimo Town Road. OTML Chief Executive Officer Kedi Ilimbit said these roads are vital for linking remote communities to essential goods and services. Leaders, including Governor Taboy Yoto and MPs from North, Middle and Delta Fly, thanked OTML and the national government, calling it a long-awaited dream come true. Work begins in September, led by China Railway Construction Engineering Group. A coffee freight surety scheme was launched on Saturday, 19th July. The effort is a flagship program of the Coffee Industry Corporation following a recent 4 million kina funding support from the national government. The small but significant occasion was witnessed by partners from the shipping agencies, third-level airlines, farmers and representatives from both the CIC and Coffee Ministry at the New Guinea Aviation Service Nangar in Mount Hagen. The funding support will include payments to third-level airlines from dedicated coffee flights, payments to shipping operators for coastal and island transportation, fuel subsidies, operational support, and freighter maintenance incentives.
1.9 million is will be paid out later this upon your performance. And then the more bags you uplift, the more of the funding will come to you back.
You're watching TVWAN News. Among stories after the break, Marape on World Expo and challenges faced by school leavers.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
Open nets.
P&G's favorite soft drink now in bottles. GoldSpot brings you fresh, bold flavors in brand new 500ml bottles. Taste the rainbow. More freshness, more flavor, more fun. Lime, orange, raspberry, and pineapple. Proudly made in P&G. Proudly GoldSpot.
For Simon, life is simple. Dreams seem distant, yet hope remains. One ticket, one dream. Simon's world changed forever. Yes! From small dreams to big possibilities. One-Top Jackpot is here for everyone. Win big every day.
Sometimes over the years, New South Wales have been obsessed with size, and talent. 2001, series locked at 1-1. We need a halfback. The Queenslanders need a halfback. Where do we go to? Make a phone call to Alan Langer. That is true. There's all the Queenslanders here.
Oh my God, what was that? Keep going. Oh, it's worms.
Yeah!
Welcome back. Prime Minister James Marape's tribute to the partnership between Papua New Guinea and the United States underscores the significance of bilateral relations in promoting shared values and development goals. During the reception held by the U.S. Embassy in Port Moresby to celebrate the 249th anniversary of American independence, Marape acknowledged the contributions of the U.S. in fostering democracy, Christian principles, and free market ideals around the world.
Expressing his warm congratulations to President Donald Trump and the American people, PNG's Prime Minister James Marape emphasized the importance of cooperation between the two nations. He said this partnership has been pivotal in addressing mutual concerns, enhancing security, and fostering economic opportunities that benefit both countries. Prime Minister Marape further articulated how Papua New Guinea values its relationship with the U.S., particularly in light of global challenges and regional dynamics. Marape's remarks reflect a commitment to continuing and strengthening this partnership as he seeks to leverage U.S. support for Papua New Guinea's growth and development while reinforcing the importance of democratic values in the region. The Prime Minister's engagement with U.S. leadership signifies a strategic approach to international diplomacy, highlighting the benefits of collaboration in addressing shared challenges and advancing common objectives. Kamela Guare, TVWAN News.
Prime Minister James Marape's remarks at the PNG Open Day during the Osaka World Expo highlights the country's commitment to fostering business investment, tourism and cultural exchanges. His emphasis on sustainable development resonates with the global focus on creating partnerships that not only drive economic growth but also benefit local communities and environments.
Prime Minister James Marape aims to showcase the immense potential of the country's rich natural resources, cultural heritage, and unique biodiversity by promoting Papua New Guinea as an inviting destination for investors and tourists alike. The Osaka World Expo serves as a significant platform for engaging with international audiences and attracting meaningful partnerships that can contribute to the nation's development goals.
Papua New Guinea extends and applauds our deepest appreciation to the government and people of Japan for successfully hosting this magnificent event and for the warm hospitality that has been extended to my delegation. Expo 2025, under the shared inspiring theme of designing future society for our lives, provides an exceptional platform for nations to come together, share ideas, forge partnerships, and envision a more inclusive, sustainable, and innovative future for all. In its sub-themes, saving lives, empowering lives, and connecting lives, speaks directly to Papua New Guinea's priorities in building a more resilient, inclusive, and sustainable nation.
Marape's call to action for global stakeholders to explore the various opportunities that Papua New Guinea offers, from tourism ventures, leveraging its stunning landscapes and indigenous cultures, to investment opportunities in sectors such as agriculture, mining, and renewable energy. By aligning these efforts with sustainable practices, the government seeks to ensure that development is not only economically beneficial, but also socially and environmentally responsible.
We are building a better future, not in isolation, but through collaboration, friendship, and shared purposes. To all our friends in Japan, to all our Tomodasis, to the Expo 2025 family, and to the world, come and see Papua New Guinea, the land of 1,000 tribes, and endless opportunity for all. Domo arigato gozaimasu. Thank you too much. God bless.
Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
East New Britain has officially signed on as the newest provincial entrant in the Miss Bird of Paradise PNG pageant. A memorandum of agreement was signed on Thursday, July 17, 2025, marking the 5th provincial pageant to join this year, led by chairperson Joachim Lolok, the East New Britain team includes Deputy Chair Elizabeth Wong, Secretary Veronica Lako, and Treasurer Michaeline Marum, a 2024 MBOP contestant. MBOP National Chairperson Anna Bai said bringing together all 22 provinces to crown a national queen has always been part of the MBOP strategy. The national pageant takes place this December. School leavers entering tertiary institutions struggle to cope. This was one of the papers presented at the recent 6th Pacific Islands Universities Regional Network, or PIURN, conference at the PNG University of Technology in Lae, Morobe Province.
It's always a tough transition when students from secondary schools enter tertiary institutions for the first time. A paper was presented during the 6th Pacific Islands Universities Regional Network Conference on the transition of secondary students into higher tertiary education, the perspectives of Divine Word University, Madang Province, Papua New Guinea. The paper was authored by Divine Word University's Head of Rehabilitation Sciences and Physiotherapy Department, Rhonda Wohemani, and the postgraduate senior liaison officer from the Solomon Islands National University, Imelda Ariku. Wohemani explained that since teaching at the Divine Word University for the last 15 years, she and Ariku identified some challenges and barriers that affect first-year students.
They were struggling with how they can, academically cope with their life, because coming from a structured system of education and just throwing them into a higher institution where their flexible time and everything is just there. They found it very difficult to cope with the academic life, and that was the purpose of why we decided, okay, let's do a study on this. And the main purpose was to identify challenges and barriers secondary students experience when transiting into higher tertiary institution.
One of the main challenges identified by Wohemani and Ariku was adapting to a new environment. One of the students interviewed highlighted the language barrier between rural and urban students, especially when they are in the same accommodation.
The other one was with the e-learning. Since Divine Word is, on top of digital learning space and platform, everything is done online, less paper used. The problem of the student was how they can adjust to it. If they have been introduced in secondary school about how to use computer and how to, example like flip classroom, how they can, accommodate for that in the secondary school, then smooth transition will happen when they go into their first year of foundation. Yeah, so that was one from e-learning, and the other one was support system, non-academic and academic as well on campus. Like we identified, yes, Divine Word has support system, especially like mentoring programs, psychoeducation, Toastmasters, and counseling sessions were there. And we've identified that it needs to be strengthened. Yes, we have it, but why don't we strengthen it by having it, instead of having it in semester when the students come in the first year, why don't we have it like in a weekly basis?
The presenters recommended that students be exposed to the flipped classroom approach or blended learning while they are still in secondary school. This type of learning is where students access new content at home, either video or readings, then later engage in interactive activities with the teachers. The qualitative study involved 15 first-year Divine Word students in the first semester from January to May 2025. The presenters hope to expand the study to other universities to help bridge the gap for transitioning students. Kamala Guare, TVWAN News.
We apologize we are unable to bring you the financial report as it was not provided to us. TVWAN News continues when we return. Stay with us.
From the rich soils of the highlands, the finest coffee has been grown by generations of Papua New Guineans, expertly blended and roasted with over 80 years of experience, making the finest cup of Nescafe New Guinea blend, PNG's own coffee.
How would you describe your mother?
My mom is beautiful.
She is strong like Superwoman.
I love my mom because she always takes care of me.
My mom, she's so patient and loving. I feel she's always around.
Caring. She works so hard and always wants the best for me.
She's soft like her love.
My mom is everything, and I don't know what I'd do without her.
Softland, fragrance of a mother's love.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
Will we let ourselves be consumed by darkness?
Brother Joseph!
And be blinded by power? Or will we keep choosing goodness? I wanted more. Each of us is free to choose what we desire.
We can't let them catch us!
Meaning it's always up to us to choose which path to take.
What are you waiting for, boys? Got it!
But that also means we can't escape the consequences of our choices.
Thanks for staying with us. Turning abroad, Samoa is in full swing of political campaigning as the country readies for next month's general election, scheduled for August 29th. A record 191 candidates were standing and 7 political parties were registered. The island nation was plunged into turmoil at last vote as the former Human Rights Protection Party government refused to concede power, triggering months of court battles. Current caretaker Prime Minister Fiane Naomi Matafa said it was going to be an interesting election and hoped it would not be as turbulent as the last one. She was sworn in as Prime Minister in Maku outside Parliament in 2021. There's a direct link between your postcode and your life expectancy. Recent data shows those in very remote part of Queensland are more likely to die 6 years earlier than their urban counterparts. Part of the problem is access to good quality health care, and doctors warn the situation is worsening.
It's never a quick trip to town for Kathy and Kerry MacDonald.
You can't walk down the street without seeing somebody you know or feeling in a familiar environment.
They've called Longreach home for most of their lives, but since Kerry developed a heart condition, they've been forced to regularly travel from the outback to Brisbane, 1,200 kilometres away, to see specialists. The 80-year-old was offered a spot in a 3-year medical trial in the capital, but turned it down.
We agonised over it, we'd have to leave and virtually start another life.
Advocacy groups say too many older Queenslanders are forced to choose between their home and their health.
People are having to move away to access health services and other supports. That has a whole grief, loss, trauma associated with that.
The divide is deepening between country and city life. Rural doctors warn cost of living and housing pressures have exacerbated the problem, with more people moving to the regions, putting further pressure on existing services.
You know, some of our rural and remote communities are waiting 5 to 6 weeks before they can even see their general practitioner.
The stark reality is the further from the city someone lives, the earlier they could die. The most recent data from Queensland Health shows the median age of death in very remote parts of the state was 75 years old compared to 81 in major cities. And those in the most disadvantaged areas die on average 3 years earlier than those in high socio-economic areas. Coronary heart disease remains the leading cause of death, and it's largely preventable.
We are actually seeing people presenting a lot later in disease progression, and therefore their outcomes are nowhere near as good as if we'd picked it up earlier.
Advocacy groups want a bigger investment in health from both the state and federal governments.
It shouldn't matter what your postcode is. Every Queenslander and every Australian, for that matter, deserves to have the same sort of access to good quality healthcare.
The McDonald's plan to stay in their beloved postcode for as long as possible. Despite the tyranny of distance, they feel they're among the lucky ones.
We have doctors that look after us very well. If we need specialist treatment, well, we're sent away. We feel that we don't miss out too much.
As the United States retreats from funding aid programs in Southeast Asia, China is expected to fill some of the gap. The Lowy Institute's Southeast Asia aid map shows some of the region's poorest nations will suffer from slashed development budgets, including Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos and Timor-Leste will suffer due to $60 billion or more than 248 billion kina worth of aid cuts from the USA. Due to a delay in the public release of data, Lowy's report focused on the situation in 2023, since when major geopolitical shift occurred, and not least due to the return of Mr. Trump to the White House. After returning to office in early 2025, Trump moved to abolish the U.S. aid, which had previously provided over 40% of humanitarian funding worldwide. Archaeologists have been trying to study an underwater frontier of submerged heritage sites and artifacts of Western Australia's coast. They date back 65,000 years when sea levels were lower and the continent was bigger. Landline's Charlie McLean looks at new technology that's bolstering an area of archaeology that's still in its infancy.
At the edge of an ancient landscape, these waters have secrets in their depths. This crew is headed offshore. Their search is taking them below the waves.
We're going to recover stuff with a GPS and take photographs that will help log our position.
If you told me I'd be doing this work 2 years ago, I would have laughed in your face.
65,000 years ago, this seabed would have been part of the Australian landmass. It was drowned at the end of the last ice age, with global sea levels rising as glaciers melted. But remnants of ancient human civilization are still here, and they're being recorded for the first time. Since 2019, Dr. John McCarthy has been leading the search.
There's only ever been 2 submerged subtidal Aboriginal archaeological sites mapped in Australia. Those were found by our team here.
The traditional custodians of the peninsula call it Morajuga. So far, its surrounding waters have yielded a trove of stone tools dating back around 7,000 years.
So not for scraping, might be for cutting. And because it's this material, I'd say it'd be skinning.
Oh, yeah.
Cutting the skin off a hide or something, you know.
Vince Adams is an Usino-Bundi man, one of 5 language groups with connections to Morajuga, and one of several local knowledge holders who help classify each tool.
We've been practicing for years on land, this culture. Now it's underwater.
This year, the project set another first. Never before have local Indigenous rangers done this kind of survey work.
I spent the last year and a bit sort of training underwater. First started off with pool dives, and it's a big jump up to actually get out in the water.
Swimming beside the divers is a remote-operated vehicle, or ROV.
It's basically a drone that goes underwater. It's on a tether, so it's on a reel, and can go hundreds of meters distant and deep.
It's one of several pieces of gear helping survey areas the divers can't.
A lot of what we do in our university is we explore emerging and cutting-edge technologies, things like bathymetric LiDAR, lasers from planes, things like photogrammetry for 3D mapping of sites. We're using large orthomosaics of the seabed to try and map out stone tools.
The researchers hope that mapping these sites will be the key to protecting them. The Murujuga coast intersects with the Carnarvon Basin, home to the country's largest gas reserves. And Mr McCarthy says it is important any future pipelines or offshore platforms aren't built without knowing what they might be disturbing.
Police say they'll be cracking down hard on a group of drivers who horned along Chapel Street as part of an organised meet-up last night. Traffic was diverted and a police operation stood up as cars screeched down the street, clouding it in thick smoke. Community leaders condemned the behaviour amid calls for more to be done to breathe new life into the inner Melbourne precinct.
Smoking up Chapel Street. This event, with the title Bring Back Chaplaps, impressed some onlookers, but not local police.
That's one of our major entertainment precincts. We have pedestrians walking on the footpaths. If one of those cars get out of control, they're going to take out a pedestrian. It's reckless.
The event was publicised on social media, with hundreds turning out to watch the spectacle, some even jumping on and off the back of a flatbed truck. Police diverted cars from the area as traffic came to a standstill and issued fines for hooning behaviour and modified cars. With this driver told, consequences are on the way.
We will identify him, he will be charged and his car will be impounded.
In the light of day, criticism was swift.
It's absolutely disgraceful. Safety for people in and around our roads is of paramount importance.
Chapel Street used to be one of the best places to go. It was a tourist highlight. Now what you're seeing it's become a crime hotspot.
Stonington Council has condemned last night's display here on Chapel Street and says it's investing in measures to help make the area safer. But not all local business owners are convinced it's enough.
Daytime is bad, now nighttime's looking bad, the shops are shut down, it's not safe in the streets at night. It's a problem.
It's an issue locals have noticed too.
I see hoons down the street and I'm like, oh, it's just another hoon, do you know what I mean? Like it just, yeah, you acclimatise to it, but it's definitely visible.
Having lived here and having worked here, it used to be a great place. It's horrible to see this happening.
Police acknowledge not everyone who turned up was there to make trouble.
There's a lot of beautiful vehicles. And if an event like that is run well, it's of no harm to the community. But when you get just that 10% that take it to the next level, it's reckless and it's dangerous.
This is TVWAN News. Next in sports, coach happy with the win and AFL president impressed.
Start your day by doing the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate. Wake up. Brush your teeth. And smile. throughout your day with Colgate.
Rugby league is a powerful force that unites Papua New Guinea and develops our youth. Through partnerships with the PNG LNG Kumals, Grassroots Rugby League and Justin Olam, we aim to instill skills to last a lifetime.
I'm community blue. When it's on you walk him, I'm come out of community. You must not look community.
When we invest in people, we invest in tomorrow's possibilities.
Savetu Olsem condom and Wambla way where you can abrusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancy. Tingim, use him condom long right pla way. Stop safe na look out him you yet. Use him condom all get a time. Suppose you know save long HIV status long partner blog you or suppose you got plenty partner. Use him condom good all get a time. Long haburusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancies. Use him condom banisim you yet na future blog you. This platok save ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
A Tigers legend, been a Tigers fan growing up, two of my heroes. Firstly, Benny Elias. Are we going to win the Ashes for the fifth time in 55 years, boys? Oh, all those boys, AA meetings that way, fellas. Okay, well, it's now time. You know about TikTok, Joey, Benny? You've heard of TikTok?
Oh, of course.
Well, now it's time for the TikTok ladder.
In a world where ambition rules, meet Secretary Kim, the woman flawlessly running Vice President Brandon Castillo's day.
My resignation letter.
Secretary Kim!
Sorry.
As he fights to keep her, they begin to uncover more than sparks.
What's wrong with Secretary Kim?
Season premieres Monday, 28 July at 9 p.m. on TVWAN+.
Welcome back. In a highly anticipated encounter during round 18 of the QRL Host Plus Cup, the PNG Hunters delivered a dominant first-half performance, ultimately securing a crucial victory 28 points to 18 against the Ipswich Jets, currently sitting in 6th place. Hunters jumped to a commanding lead 28 points to 0 in the first half until half-time.
Looking good so far here for the Hunters.
Despite being held scoreless in the second half, the Hunters managed to fend off a determined comeback from the Jets, who scored 4 unanswered tries of their own to make it a 28-18 until full time. Coach Ayton expressed satisfaction with the victory but voiced his disappointment regarding the team's second half performance.
Oh, just happy for the win. Happy for the win. We really needed that, especially at home. All our fans came out, so we really needed that win.
He emphasized the importance of maintaining consistency, especially in crucial matches. Ayton also contested some controversial calls made by the match referee, suggesting that these decisions could have significantly impacted the game's outcome.
Yeah, I won't say too much. I just think there's got a little bit more consistency, and I'd like there to be a bit more flow and stop-start. I felt that, some tough calls there on us. Some big tough calls on us. I know they're doing their best, but yeah, some big tough calls there for us.
Despite the challenges, Coach Ayton was impressed by his team's resolute defensive mindset in the second half, adding these are key lessons to be learned as they continue to strive for consistency in their performances. Captain Ilaalo again impressive with his milestone 101 game and also contributed a try.
Yeah, we had a really good first half. The start that we wanted, but wasn't happy with the second half. We didn't stick to our process and what we wanted to do, but full credit to the boys. We scrambled hard enough. Couldn't be proud of the effort in the back end, and we got the 2 points. That's what we wanted, and whatever it is that need to be fixed, I'm pretty sure we'll sit down, have a review and go through and see what we can do to be better.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Ipswich Jets coach Ty Inbridgeton praised PNG Hunters for their impressive first-half match in which they scored 5 unanswered tries, taking a commanding 28-0 lead by half-time. The Jets mounted a remarkable comeback but could not catch up with the intensity put up by the Hunters, falling short 28-22.
Jets coach Ty acknowledged that it was a game of two halves, with the Jets rallying in the second half to score 4 unanswered tries themselves, ultimately falling short with the final score 22-28.
Yeah, it was a game of two halves. PNG were outstanding in that first half, and we knew they would. Such a good team, such a powerful running team, and Paulie's doing a great job here, and we knew that where they were sitting on the ladder, they really needed this win today, so we just didn't come out of the block strong, and they did, and they deserved that first half lead. They were outstanding.
The Jets made adjustments in the second half, changing their game plan to move the ball around more effectively and utilizing kicks to score since they struggled to penetrate the Hunters' defensive line.
Yeah, in the second half, we talked about throwing the ball around. We wanted to go through the middle. That was our plan originally, but PNG just defended so well in the middle in that first half, so we had to change what we did. And yeah, in that second half, I thought we were fighting really hard to get back into it, but just ran out of time.
Yeah. Ty also noted the challenges posed by the hot conditions in Port Moresby, which the players were not accustomed to, but expressed confidence that the team would regroup and focus on the upcoming match in round 19 next week. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Port Moresby AFL competition president Douglas Lai was impressed with the talents on display at the Smart Start New Kick AFL final over the weekend at Murray Barracks in Port Moresby. He expressed that this indicates the growing presence of the sport in the city, with a lot of interest shown by school-age children in the program. A heated grand final was showcased at Murray Barracks in Port Moresby over the weekend in the Junior AFL Port Moresby Showdown. Trophy presentations followed after the grand final in under 13 boys and girls and under 15 boys and girls. Fans were kept on their toes as they came in numbers to get behind their teams and support the youngsters. The entertaining event at Murray Barracks AFL Oval came to an end, but for Port Moresby AFL President Douglas Lai, it was more of what will happen to the sport in the next 5 to 7 years and what it meant to the Port Moresby AFL and the sport of AFL in the country. Lai said the talent he witnessed at the event are promising, which can lift the competition and produce future national representatives.
This is, it looks like a very great pathway for us. We got AFL junior development, having games and getting kids out of schools to come and play, out here, and get more talented players end up in playing in the Binathan squad, and eventually, they grow older and become senior footballers and make the PNG AFL Mosquitoes and PNG AFL Flames. So, that's definitely a pathway where we got the seniors, junior players coming up to join in the senior football in a few years' time. So,
he said the standard of the code is improving to great heights. He thanked the participating schools, the parents, sponsors and fans for the support of the young athletes and the sport of AFL. The participating teams in the finals included Bavaroko and Ted Diro Primary Schools, Gordon's Kokofa and Gerahu Magpies. While appreciating the talents at the Junior AFL program, the Port Moresby AFL has provided an update on the Port Moresby AFL competition and its progress. President Douglas Lai said the competition is progressing well, with all participating clubs putting in their best efforts at the game. He said the competition is already anticipating a good year at the Colts Oval.
The competition is going very well at the moment. We've got the girls teams and the boys teams that are, having some really good hard-fought football matches during the weekends. The ladder has changed the leads a couple of times, so there's definitely a very good, competition out there. We are scheduled to have our finals in October, so we have as of next week, we will have another 9 weekend of 9 weekend of matches. And
the greens of the Royal Port Moresby Golf Course will come alive on Friday, 25th July, as the PNG Resources Week Charity Golf Challenge brings with a powerful mission.
All funds raised from the charity golf event will go towards assisting hospitals and health facilities across Papua New Guinea, with 7 sponsorship slots still available and team registrations open. The PNG Chamber of Resources and Energy is urging businesses and golf enthusiasts to act fast. Time is running out to be part of an event that blends sport, corporate camaraderie, and community impact. The stakes are high, not for trophies, but for lives. Proceeds from the last charity golf challenge held in Sydney funded over 280,000 kina worth of critical medical equipment for the Mount Hagen Hospital Pediatric Ward, including phototherapy lights, portable ultrasound units, oxygen concentrators, and emergency care monitors. These donations have transformed care for over 100 children. Principal sponsor for this year's challenge, K92 Mining Limited, Chief Executive Officer John Lewins, said the PNG Core Charity Golf Challenge provides a unique opportunity to meet and interact with industry and government leaders in a relaxed environment, while also contributing to a great charitable cause. Teams from across NCD have already signed up, representing Alpha Insurance, Kumul Mineral Holdings, Kumul Petroleum Holdings, Newmont, and more. Susan Oreape, TVWAN Sports.
That's it for sports. Now the weather forecast. In regional forecast, southern Port Moresby, partly cloudy with possible rain showers and thunderstorms. Daru, partly cloudy with brief showers. Mamase, Lay, partly cloudy, then few rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Wewak, cloudy periods with brief showers. New Guinea Islands, Kavieng, cloudy periods with some showers and possible thunderstorms. Kimbe and Buka, partly cloudy with brief showers. Highlands, Mount Hagen, Goroka, Bans and Kundiawa, partly cloudy with few evening showers. Ocean forecast for PNG areas for the next 24 hours. Coral Sea, sea slight with easterly to southeast winds of 10 to 15 knots. Solomon Sea, sea slight with northeast to northerly winds of 10 to 15 knots. Bismarck Sea, sea smooth to slight with southwest to westerly winds of 5 to 15 knots. And Pacific Ocean, sea smooth to slight with southeast to southwest winds of 5 to 15 knots. And coastal waters forecast. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Island, Kerema, Yule Island, Port Moresby, Hood Point to Samarai Islands. And waters of Finsafen through Vitia's Dampier Strait to Siasi Island to Long Island. Seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters. And that's been another edition of TV1 News. From the news team, pleasant viewing. Good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by